Hey guys, what's up? I'm Chris and I'm excited for this video. I really am excited for this video because E.T. just made a comeback. Kind of. It was June of 1982. I was 6 years old and my parents took me to the movie theaters to see E.T. It changed my life forever and it became my all-time favorite movie, which it still is today, as some of you guys may already know. I've done several videos on the topic and I've even met some of the cast members. And earlier this year, I even saw it again on the big screen, accompanied by the Syracuse Symphony, which was really awesome. I was excited to learn that today, Xfinity made a commercial and put it up on YouTube. And I saw some of it earlier, but I wasn't able to hear anything because I was at a party and everything was really loud and I wasn't able to hear it. So I'm going to watch it right now in its entirety and be able to focus all my attention to it and just give my reaction and my thoughts. So let's go ahead and do that. E.T. It's got the original music. It's got that feel to it. Ooh, and Henry Thomas, the original Elliot. All grown up. A flashlight scene looks spot on. E.T.'s footprints in the snow instead of the dirt. That's E.T. The cornfield scene. Elliot sees E.T. for the first time in almost 40 years.
You came back. My son. My family. Lots changed since you were here.
It's called the internet. Go ahead, do it. Eat it. I'm gonna hit start now, okay?
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Holiday movies.
And may all your Christmases be
The picture he drew.
Family.
Wow, there's a lot to talk about here. I don't even know where to start. I guess my first thoughts of this were when the music kicked in. It was the original music from E.T., and that, for me, I'm assuming like a lot of you out there, is a real nostalgia activator. And then seeing Henry Thomas, the original Elliot, first see E.T., yeah, that was pretty powerful too. I mean, he hasn't seen E.T. in almost 40 years since he was a little kid. Probably never thought he would see him ever again. And to see E.T. in his front yard. So yeah, that was pretty powerful. And he's got kids of his own now. He's married, and the scenes, a lot of scenes in here, they kind of captured it straight out of the original movie. Like the flashlight scene. It looks pretty spot on to the flashlight scene from the original E.T. where Elliot is looking around for whatever is lurking in his backyard, E.T. And then the footprints in the snow, which in the original it was dirt, but now it's in the snow. And then first seeing E.T., and when he screams, they took that straight out of the original in the cornfield when Elliot first sees E.T. Now his kids first see E.T. and the same thing kind of happens. I wonder if they made a connection or a bond there, like a telepathic bond like Elliot did. You know, he sees E.T. and introduces him to his family. He must be in shock, you know, not seeing his best friend in almost 40 years. Flying through the trees and stuff. I think they did that pretty spot on, and I think that there's better technology today, but I think they did it in the same way to make it look exactly like it did in the movie, and at the same time realistic enough, but also you know that it's not really happening. There was something about the movie where you know it's fake, it's tricking you, but it looks good. And they captured that whole scene. I mean, the message, reconnect for the holiday, I don't think they could have more of a powerful message. I mean, they brought the big guns in because E.T. is, like I said, it's my favorite movie, but it's also a lot of people's favorite movie, and it did very, very, very well. Like one of the best movies ever, like at the time, and it still holds up today. Now, I noticed also, like, there was an original picture that Elliot drew. I think he drew it in class, and he had it framed and hanging up. And then at the very end, when they ended it and said reconnect for the holidays or whatever that said, there was a Polaroid picture that Elliot's mom, Dee Wallace, which she took, snapped of them on Halloween with his older brother Mike and E.T. Gertie wasn't in it because she was out hiding somewhere so E.T. could be in there. They didn't want to let their mom know. I don't want to give any spoilers away, even though this movie is like 37 years old. But if you haven't seen E.T., go see E.T. It's an amazing movie. And I couldn't help thinking that E.T. came all this way, traveled through space to come to Earth, and he first met E.T. or Elliot 37 years ago, and they became best friends with their telepathic bond. And then he missed home and he had to leave, and Elliot didn't go with him, and you think that they're never going to see each other again. But now we know that Elliot grows up and he's married and has his own kids, and he sees E.T. again. But then E.T. is missing home again and he wants to leave, so he makes more friends, and then he leaves them again. And then what's going to happen next? Is he going to come back in another 40 years when Elliot is an old man? We'll have to wait and find out. But I resonated most with Elliot when I was a little kid. Even though Henry Thomas is a little bit older than me, I'm about the same age as Gertie, the little sister. But I resonated most with Elliot because he was doing the things that I liked doing back then, like the Atari games that they're talking about, and the Star Wars figurines, and riding their BMXs with their friends. That was everything that I was into, and I think that's why I identified with Elliot in the movie so much. And it'd be interesting for me to find if a 6-year-old of today would see the movie the same way that I saw it. And I don't know, I think the message is still there, and it's a very powerful message of friendship, but I think the current events have changed drastically, and I'm wondering if kids would still identify with E.T. the way I did when I was little. It'd be interesting. I've always had mixed feelings on whether I wanted them to make anything as a sequel or anything after the original E.T., because I know that there's certain movies that they just don't need sequels. because I don't want to ruin their legacy or the way that I perceive them. And I know a lot of sequels ruin movies. There are exceptions, but for the most part, sequels don't hold up as well as the original. And I think E.T. is one of those movies where it's better left to your imagination what happens after that. I think Spielberg, it was a good decision to keep it like that and not, despite how much money the movie made, the highest grossing film at that time, he didn't make a sequel, and I think that was a good choice. And I don't think I want to see a sequel to E.T., but now I know that Elliot grows up and has a family, and he does meet E.T. again. And I think this was, for the most part, an amazing commercial. I don't think I've seen a better commercial. I mean, I know I'm biased because it's E.T., and I think that the message, reconnect, just like on E.T. You always wanted them to reconnect. I know I have, but reconnect with your loved ones, because you never know. You never know when it's going to be too late. I hope you guys like this video. Give me a thumbs up for the video, and if you like this reaction type video that I've never done one of these before, so let me know in the comments below about that. And also if you guys, what you thought of the commercial. I guess that's it. I have these vegan zombie beanies. I got a couple different kind, and you can support my channel if you go over and purchase one. The link will be below, and I'll also put the link for the commercial below so you guys can go check that out. And I guess that's it. See you guys next time.